Hey everyone, welcome back to Blue Sports Picks. It's good to be back. Got a 3-day weekend off work. As always, be sure to like and subscribe and comment on the channel. It's good to be back doing home runs and stuff with you guys. And then we got the Stanley Cup playoffs rolling on tomorrow. So I'll have some picks tomorrow for the Stanley Cup playoffs once again. Yesterday, we had a parlay winner. Didn't do a video the past couple days since I was working. But Soto and Bowers came through. Soto at plus 290 and Jake Bowers at plus 410. And we had a banger here. Also did Goodman Langliers for a late nighter play. Unfortunately, Goodman couldn't come through to hit two parlays in one night. But we're back at it today. No postponements or delays on the slate currently. As we look here, all right, so we got some good weather across the slate, as always. Since the Athletics are in Las Vegas right now, we're seeing a high model percentage at plus 92%, and obviously warm weather there in Vegas. All right, so no worries here about postponements or rain delays. As far as wind, got good wind here in Las Vegas. All right, wind blowing out at Target Field where I like Buxton today. Guaranteed rate field, not too bad. Pajes looks good today for that game. And then wind blowing in here at Citi Field, which it was yesterday. And Soto hit his second home run in the past 2 days. And I like him again today. All right, so yeah, let's get to some picks. As always, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends, all right? I would greatly appreciate it. We're going to get to this big slate today that starts at 2 p.m. with the Cardinals and Twins. We got Liberatore and Connor Prelip on the mound. All right. So obviously here I like Jordan Walker today and Byron Buxton. All right. But these are my top two picks today for this game. I got a family get together today at 1, so I'm going to try to make this video not as long and get to my picks and not ramble on as much as I usually do. So Byron Buxton looks good today, and Jordan Walker. Excuse me for my cough. I'm finally gonna probably get a antibiotic today for it, since it's been going on probably for the past few weeks. But anyways, yeah, we're chatting it up in the Discord right now in the MLB chat. All right. I'll have my picks in there again today, and I'll try to post my picks here in the comments as well. And then at the end of the video, I'll put a few combos together for y'all, all right? But as far as Matthew Liberatore, all right, against the Twins, yeah, Buxton's my favorite, and then Connor Prelip, Jordan Walker here. We'll move on to this next game, which is going to be the Yankees and the Toronto Blue Jays. All right, so Cam Schlittler's been pretty good so far on the season. All right, I know Okamoto went yesterday. I do like him again today. All right, let's back up here. And then George Springer did go yesterday as well. He was the second Blue Jay to go in yesterday's game. So we'll see if he finally gets hot and gets going. But Ben Rice has been cold. He hasn't hit in over like 5 games. But I like Okamoto. He's my only Blue Jay I like today. And then obviously this game's played in a dome. Like Paul Goldschmidt. And then I like Ryan McMahon for the Yankees. How is Gosman on the season? As far as home runs. So he's given up 9 home runs so far on the season. So for like that righty versus lefty matchup, I mean, you can fire up Grisham and Rice, but I mean, I feel like with the lineup missing Judge and Stanton right now, I mean, they're still 41 and 27 on the season, so they're still doing pretty well. But that's all I like here for this game. Next game that we'll go to is San Diego and Baltimore. So we got Randy Vasquez and Trey Gibson on the mound. All right, so Vasquez has given up 10 dingers on the season so far. Let's take a look at the expected lineup and then the weather. So this game will be played in Baltimore. So -4 percentage here, but I mean, like I said, no, it's going to be pretty good weather. I mean, everything besides obviously Oracle and San Fran in the 60s here. But here I like the Gunnar Henderson. You could play him if you want. Alonso's my favorite for this game for Baltimore. And then you could play Colton Cowser also. So Alonso's my favorite. Gunnar. And then you could play Colton Cowser if you want. And then I don't like any Padres this game. They haven't. Yeah, these guys haven't really been hitting. So yeah, I'm not picking any Padres. It's best just probably lay off them here. I like more Orioles this game. I'm sorry, this game right here. But yeah, that's who I would choose from this game. Alonso being my top favorite there. We'll move on to Seattle and Washington. So we got Luis Castillo against Kay Cavalli. Let's see. In the weather in Washington and Nationals Park, wind blowing in, 95 degrees, so it's going to be pretty warm. All right, I'm beginning like not even take weather into account, to be honest, anymore with the weather warming up. I mean, the wind was blowing in like at 13 miles an hour yesterday, where the Mets play at Citi Field, and Soto still went. So, what were we looking at? That's me getting off top again. Okay, Washington. So yeah, wind blowing in, but model percentage showing -5% for home runs. But let's take a look. So yeah, Costello's given up 8 home runs on the season, and Kay Cavalli's given up 5. So automatically, I like the home run leader here for the Nats. I like James Wood. And then I also like Luis Garcia as well for that lefty and righty matchup. He's got better odds than Woods here. So James Wood. You can play Abrams if you want as well. Luis Garcia. Dalen Lyle likes to go every once in a while. He's at plus 680 odds. But James Wood is my top national this game. I mean, I'm sorry, top national for this game. And then as far as anyone here for Seattle, Luke Raley's my top pick. And then I know Canzone went yesterday. I know Truck was on him here in the Discord. He hit a couple round robins. But Luke Raley's my top pick for Seattle. And then this should be a decent game with a couple guys giving up home runs on the season. And then you could take Josh Naylor as well. But here for this game, Raley and James Wood being my top picks. All right. Moving on to Miami and Pittsburgh. I don't like too much from this game, to be honest. I think we got a bullpen guy for Miami at starting today. Yeah, it looks like it. Then looks like Lake Bachar will come into the game, who's given up 5 home runs on the season. So Kay Gibson will probably pitch an inning or two, then Bachar will come in. So Kay Gibson's a lefty. But I like Lau for that righty versus lefty matchup here. I think did he go yesterday? pretty sure that he did. Yeah, he's gotten a home run in the past 2 games. So definitely like Lau again today. And then you could take, as far as a Marlin, you could take Liam Hitz against the righty and lefty matchup against Bubba Chandler. But Lau's my top pick for this game overall. And they don't even have Hicks here. Oh, yeah, there he is. Well, yeah, I mean, Hicks, I mean, you could take almost every day against the righty, and he'll have good odds. So he's at plus 820, but that was my top pick here for this game. In this game, it's at Pittsburgh. So let's take a look. PNC Park. Definitely not another one of my favorite games, but the wind's blowing out and good weather. The model percentage isn't very high either. So, Lau and Hicks. And hopefully these afternoon games are actually pretty good today. Let's keep our fingers crossed. We're moving to this game here at Fenway Park. Got the Rangers against Boston. Jacob deGrom on the mound for Texas, and Ranger Suarez for Boston. Let's back up. Yeah, deGrom's given up 13 on the season, and Suarez, I would really lay off anyone against Suarez as far as the Rangers, but if you do take anyone, you could take Jake Berger against the lefty Ranger Suarez here. I mean, he's my top Ranger. He's probably the only one I would take. What's he priced at? Plus 410. And then, as far as like any Red Sox players go against deGrom, I mean, you could play Duran, Abreu. Contreras is my top pick for Boston, but Abreu. And then, who else did I mention here? Duran. All right. But Berger and Contreras are my top 2 picks from this game. That weather there in Boston, wind blowing in. Yeah, only at 6 miles an hour. And the model percentage, again, not very high here. But balls, either way, I don't pay too much attention to this model percentage. Balls are, I mean, look at this temperature and humidity. I mean, we're going to have home runs no matter what. So, I think that's it for that game. Moving on, Dodgers and White Sox. All right, still no clue when Murakami will be back for the White Sox. All right, he was expected their most recent road trip to miss that, but I thought he would have been back by the time that they came back for their next homestand, but apparently not. So I guess when Murakami does come back, then I don't know. I mean, Kerry Carpenter, the first game back from his injury, he had a home run. So, I mean, I guess it depends how well he's healed. But we got Yamamoto on the mound against Sean Burke for this game. Let's go down. I went too far. I feel like we're cruising along here. And if you ever got any questions, be sure to just comment. All right. I would appreciate it. And then subscribe to the channel so that way you get a notification when I go live. I haven't went live quite often yet. Just trying to build the content and stuff for y'all. And then hopefully eventually in the near future, I could get monetized. That would be great. All right. But Yamamoto's given up 9 home runs so far in the season, and Burke's given up 7. So I like Pages here today. How many home runs he's got? So he's got 2. He hasn't hit in the past few games, but definitely like him here for his matchup against Sean Burke. Otani can be a go here today. Let's go down. Otani, and then Pajes, and then anybody else I like for the Dodgers. I mean, you can fire up lefties here. One of my favorite lefties being Freddie Freeman, and then as far as anyone here, you could take Colson Montgomery, and then Benintendi, and then Montgomery for the White Sox. But Pajes is my top favorite for this game. And then weather. Let's see how weather is here in Chicago. So plus 9% model percentage. So expecting some home runs. Wind's going to be blowing from right to left. So definitely good for righties here. And then temperature looks good as well. So should be a good game there. Expecting a couple home runs. Moving on. Scooble's back. All right. I absolutely do not like taking anybody against Tarek Skubal. All right. But he is coming back from injury, so he might give up 1 or 2 today to Cleveland. But hopefully the Tigers are 29-41 on the season, but they're having a pretty good June so far. Hopefully they can make their way back up to 500 eventually. I mean, the AL Central is up for grabs always, so I mean, there's not like anybody absolutely like always dominating that division. But I remember a couple years ago when the Tigers just had an absolute like they dominated in like August and September and made a run for the playoffs. So it's a long season, 162 games, anything can happen. But as far as the Tigers go, Dingler's my top pick. And I like righties here against Joey Cantillo and Gleyber Torres today. But Dingler's going to be my top Tiger if I pick one. If I can get this to load. And it's good weather today here in Michigan. 88 degrees. All right. Yeah, so, I mean, you can even take Torkelson. He went yesterday. So you can take Torque if you want. Dingler. Gleyber Torres has better odds if you want to take him for a good single. And like I preach, take your singles. All right. And then round robin. And also, I mean, if you do a round robin, take your parlay with it as well, just in case all 3 do hit. You get more money. And then as far as Cleveland, if you do want to take anybody, you could take Ramirez or Martinez. But, yeah, I wouldn't do that. What's up, buddy? My cat's meowing at me. Want some attention. But Dingler's my top Tiger. And he's also the home run leader still for him. So, and then as far as the model percentage here at Comerica Park, we are looking at, if I can find you. Oh, it's not at Comerica Park. I'm sorry. It's at Progressive Fuel in Cleveland. Plus 8%. So, I'm sorry. I thought the weather was here. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought it was here in Michigan today. But wind blowing out. So, should definitely see a couple dingers today. How many home runs? I know Joey Cantillo's given up quite a few already. Yeah, 11 home runs so far in the season. And I think Dingler does have one off him. Yeah, he does. He's 3 for 7. And then Torres is 3 for 8. So, how is Torque against him? 1 for 5. So, Dingler and Gleyber Torres hit him better than a little bit more than Torque does. But, yeah, if you're thinking Scuba's going to give up some home runs in his first start and his return from injury, then you could take Ramirez and Martinez. But I'm not. Next game, we got Diamondbacks against Cincinnati. We got Michael Soroka on the mound against Rhett Lauder. Take a look. right here. All right, so Soroka's given up 6. Lauder's only given up 2 so far in the season. All right. Back up. Let's see the projected starting lineup. But, yeah, I'm not liking too many people from this game, to be quite honest from you. Let's see if I can get that off the screen. Click back on this game. So, Soroka against Cincinnati here. So he's a righty. I like Tyler Stevenson, ironically, today. You could take Blade. Let's click on this game. I went too far. Tyler Stevenson's my top pick, though, for Cincinnati. He's got pretty good numbers off him. Let's see how many. He's 1 for 4 with the dinger. Dave Myers has one off him also, but I mean, he hasn't had a home run since Sunday, June 7th, but I like him a lot today. And then his odds are going to be at plus 520. But yeah, you can take Blade and Nathaniel Lowe if you want. But my top pick for the Reds is Stevenson. And then I don't think I even like anybody from against Rhett Lauder here. I mean, Marte or Carroll if you want. Carroll and then Marte. But Tyler Stevenson is my favorite for this game altogether. And then that game's being played in the home run friendly ballpark of Cincinnati. Let's see that model percentage. Plus 16% home runs. So I expect a few to go today. 2 or 3 home runs at least. Maybe 4. Who knows? It's always a good ballpark to bet home runs. All right. We'll try to cruise along here. I got a pretty busy day. Try to stay in touch with everybody. I just want to thank everybody. I hit my most views mark. My last video that I put out actually on Wednesday, I got 100 plus views. So thank you all very much. I appreciate it. Keep watching. I want myself to win. I want all of you to win. So it's greatly appreciated. Let's keep those views up, and I'll keep trying to get y'all wins. All right. All right. We're gonna go to this next game: Braves and Mets. Martin Perez, 2 lefties on the mound actually today, and Sean Manaea. So we'll take a look at this game. So Perez is giving up 6, and Manaea's giving up 5, and I really like Soto to get his 3rd home run in 3 days today against Perez. All right, he can hit lefties, so no worries there, and so can Olsen. All right, so let's click on this game, and we'll take a look at some odds. So Soto's priced at plus 310. Olsen at 370 here. And then as far as a righty against lefty for Atlanta, Martin Perez. I like Simeon's matchup against Perez today. If you want some good odds on a single. I mean, he's only at plus 540 though, but still that gets you, like, if you put 10 down, $54 plus your 10 back. I mean, you could take Bichette. I think Bichette went yesterday too. I like the back-to-backs. I don't know, like I mentioned in, Bichette and Soto both homered in the first inning, so I definitely like Bo today. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, I like Bo Bichette. And then as far as any righties here, yeah, I won't. I only like Olsen here. So I like more Mets this game. But as far as Braves go, just Olsen. And then the wind's blowing in, but it's going to be warm, so nothing to worry about. All right, 91 degrees. Even though the model percentage, it was minus yesterday, and we had a few dingers, so not too worried about the model percentage. It's showing here on RotoWire some possible delayment, but I'm not seeing anything on here. So I guess we'll just keep an eye on the weather for Kansas City as far as that goes. Let me refresh this page and see if anything's changed. Yeah, nothing's changed here for any kind of weather. So, all right. All right, moving on. We got Houston against Kansas City. Mike Burrows is already on the mounds against Noah Cameron, a lefty. All right, so Jordan Alvarez, he can hit lefties. I think he's got 8 against lefties so far in the season. Let's see. Let me take a look at some odds. So Jordan Alvarez is at plus 260. All right, so obviously expecting him to go today. And then, let's take a look at the lineups. As far as lefties, Pasquantino, Caglione, Jensen. Caglione I like a lot. And then Pasquantino. And then, let's see if I like anybody else for Houston. You could take Walker and Paredes. Those are Walker's at 360. And Isaac Paredes. But overall, my top pick, not like for this game, is big man Jordan. All right, I'll probably put him in a parlay today. And take your long shots, too. All right. Especially if they got good odds. All right. We're kind of cruising right along here. We'll move to, we got a few games left here, and then I'll let y'all go. All right. So we got Philly against Milwaukee. I like my boy Jake Bauers today against righty Aaron Nola. All right. Like him again today. That helped me hit that parlay, and all of y'all who tailed it yesterday. All right. So let's take a look at Jake Bauers' odds. Plus 420, so pretty good today. All right. Let's see what we're chatting here in the Discord. Just talking some MLB. But yeah, Jake Bauers I like for this game. I like William Contreras. And then I also like Gary. If Gary Sanchez plays, I like Sam. But he's not popping up. Is he an expected lineup today? He's not. Yelich has kind of been cold. You could take Turang if you want. But Bauers is my top pick here. And Contreras and Sanchez if he plays. As far as Phillies, probably just Schwarber. Yeah, Schwarber can hit lefties as well, so you could play Bohm, but Schwarber's my top pick for Bohm could be a good long shot. Schwarber's my top pick for Philly here. And then usually, this is a dome right here, and plus 6% model percentage. So nothing to worry about here. Let's take a look at the pitchers for this game. Yeah, Aaron Nola's given up 11 on the season, so that makes me like Jake Bauers even more today. So I might have him in a play too. All right, I think we're moving on to the 10 p.m. games. Yes, we are. All right, so we got a few of those today. All right, for late nighters. Kyle Freeland against Joey Estes for the Athletics here. So Freeland's giving up 13 on the season, so I like righties here, especially Shea Langeliers. All right. He hit a home run for us last night. Like him again today. So we'll back up. Wow. Plus 148. So the odds are going to be nuked for this game. So I like Langeliers, and then let's see if Jonah Heim would even be a good long shot. I like him today as a righty. Is he in the expected lineup? Yeah. So I like Jonah Heim today against Kyle Freeland. You can play Jacob Wilson if you want for a little bit better odds, plus 540. But Langeliers is my top pick here, and then Heim. And then, unfortunately, Goodman didn't go yesterday. I think this is his Joey Estes' first start of the season. Yeah, it is. It's his first start of the season. Julian's got one off him. He's 1 for 3. So I guess he could take Julian if he plays, but he's not in the expected lineup. So Goodman, Langeliers, Wilson, and Heim. But if I took anyone for the Athletics, it'd be Langeliers and Heim. So should be a good game. What's the over under? Over 18. Holy mackerel. And then nothing to worry about the weather today with the wind blowing out at 15 miles an hour. I got the Cubs against San Francisco next. Ben Brown against Trevor McDonald. All right, so Oracle Park, definitely, like I always say, definitely not one of my favorite parks to bet. Brown's only giving up 1 home run on the season. All right, and then McDonald's only giving up 3. So Casey Smith's been cold, so I'm not. I don't have any Giants. I like this game. I don't think. Let's take a look against Ben Brown. I mean, you could take Devers, but that's about it. If you want to take a Giant. And then as far as a Cubby, while this loads, you take Hap, Crow, Pete Crow, Hap. Hap's my favorite Cub this game. But I do like Devers. You'll have better odds for this game because it is Oracle and Hap. And then you could take Bush if you want and Pete Crow. But Hap's my favorite overall for this game. And then I think it's going to be, the wind's going to be blowing out. Yeah, 12 miles an hour. So, yeah, Hap's my top target this game. But I'm probably not going to even bet this game, to be honest with you. I wouldn't. There's other games to be betting home runs on. Let's just say that much. All right, last game, finally. We got the Tampa Bay Rays against Los Angeles Angels. Griffin Jax and Jose Soriano, both righties on the mound. Honestly, I'm going to be honest. Not much I like from this game. Other games to be betting on. I mean, Jax has given up 7 on the season, and Soriano's given up 9. Caminaro's been cold, so I'm not betting him. I haven't been betting Caminaro in a while. But I do like Mike Trout here today. All right. So if I have a late night parlay, I might play Trout. We'll see. His odds are at plus 370. Against Griffin Jax. And then you could play Nito if you want, Adele. But Trout's my top pick for the Angels. And then let's see if I like anyone from Tampa Bay. Yeah, I'm not picking any Rays. So Trout, Adele, and Nito, but Trout's my top pick overall for this game. All right, and the weather should be pretty decent. Yeah, the wind's blowing out, and obviously, I mean, good weather too. So, some good pitching matchups today. And let's go over a few picks here. And then I'll let you guys go. Get that video out there so you can watch it. I'll try to stay in touch as much as possible. And then I'll, what are we talking about here? Will D's. Will D's is new to our Discord here. The missed track out 15 bad, never had a 3-ball count. He mocked our whole lineup. Whatever Blue got us, Bauer last night. Fair trade, in my opinion. I'm going to tell him I'll like Bauer again today. Yeah. All right, let's go over a few picks that I might pair today together. So, and then obviously take your singles as well, right? So, Buxton, I'm going to call this like an afternoon play. And then James Wood. All right, so I like these two. I mean, whatever your unit size is, right? And then that's a pairing that I like. And then another one is Soto. And then Jordan Alvarez. All right. And then I do like kind of a longer shot pairing. I do like Dingler. Let's see if I can find Dingler here. I like Dingler because I can tell he's going to give up a couple. I know he is. And then Stevenson for the Reds because I love Great American Ballpark. So this is going to be like the longer shot too, man, that I'll probably have up. So those are just a few plays that I like. I'll post like top singles in the Discord and here in the comments if I like. Me too, Box. Rain calls repeat. But yeah, I'll post them in the Discord, and if I remember, I'll post them here in the comments. Be sure to always like and subscribe to the channel. Get those views up for me. I would greatly appreciate it. And give me some of those likes. All right, yeah, we'll chat with y'all later. If you got any questions, let me know. And as always, thanks for watching. Blue Sports here. Picks checking out. All right, have a good day, y'all.